What if I told you? Russia sold Alaska without realizing it was sitting on billions in gold. In 1867, Russia handed over 600,000 square miles of land to the U.S. for just $7.2 million. At the time, they thought Alaska was nothing but ice, snow, and silence. But just decades later, gold was discovered. That mistake. It's now called one of the biggest blunders in Russian history. And we're about to expose the full truth, from the shady deal to the gold rush that changed everything. But before we dig in, hit that subscribe button so you never miss the secrets schools never teach. After Alaska became U.S. territory, things seemed quiet. But then came 1896. In the frozen lands near the Klondike River, gold was discovered, and the news spread like wildfire. Suddenly, over 100,000 people rushed to Alaska. Miners, fortune seekers, and opportunists, all chasing the Alaskan dream. The United States, once seen as the fool in the deal, was now sitting on billions in gold. Meanwhile, back in Russia, leaders were in shock. What they had sold for a few million was now one of the richest untapped regions in the world. This wasn't just a land deal. It was a historic mistake that haunted Russia for generations. But Alaska's value wasn't just gold. The U.S. soon realized this icy land was a military jackpot. Positioned between Russia and North America, Alaska became America's eyes and ears during the Cold War. Secret bases were built, nuclear missiles were stationed, and high-tech surveillance outposts monitored Soviet activity 24/7. By the 1950s, Alaska wasn't just important, it was critical to national security. And then came oil. In 1968, vast oil reserves were discovered in Prudhoe Bay, billions of barrels, untapped. The Trans-Alaska Pipeline was built, over 800 miles long, turning Alaska into an energy powerhouse. Russia didn't just lose gold, they lost power, territory, and a future they never saw coming. At first, Russia didn't care. In fact, they celebrated the Alaska deal. Let the Americans freeze, they laughed. But behind the scenes, regret began to creep in. As gold, oil, and military power grew in Alaska, Russian officials realized they had made a historic mistake. They sold a strategic paradise for pennies. Soon, the Russian press went silent about Alaska. Textbooks skipped the deal. The government avoided questions. It was an embarrassment, a national blunder no one wanted to admit. Even today, many Russians believe Alaska was stolen, not sold. Conspiracy theories swirl online. Some say the U.S. manipulated the deal. Others believe that Tsar was tricked or bribed. But the truth is simple: Russia was broke, desperate, and they never imagined this land would turn into a golden empire. A quiet regret still haunts their history. After the deal was done, the U.S. didn't waste time, while Russia looked the other way. America dug deep into Alaska, and what they found was nothing short of a treasure vault: gold, oil, strategic military positioning. Alaska became the U.S.'s backdoor advantage during the Cold War, with military bases built near Russia's border. America now had eyes and ears on the Soviet Empire. It was more than a land deal. It was a global chess move. In 1942, Japan tried invading Alaska. That's how important it had become, and today, Alaska generates billions of dollars through energy exports, tourism, and defense. For just $7.2 million, America gained a strategic superpower zone, and Russia left with a silent wound in their history. No celebration, no statues, just regret. This deal, once laughed at, is now seen as the greatest real estate win in modern history. Before you scroll away, you just discovered the truth behind Alaska, something many never hear. But there's more to the story, from Cold War secrets to U.S. intelligence moves. We're just getting started. Click the link in the pinned comment to watch the next mind-blowing chapter. And if this opened your eyes, drop your thoughts below, hit like, and Subscribe now for more truths they don't teach in school.